Okay, so we've all been there, right? You're scrolling online, maybe late at night, and bam, this video pops up.
Uh-huh.
And it's just weird, like really weird. A strange light, maybe a figure in the shadows, something you just can't explain.
Yeah, totally.
Uh,
Happens all the time.
And the first thing you think is, wait, is that real? Or is it fake? Maybe my phone's just acting up, you know? Yeah.
Exactly. Or some clever editing.
Well, today we are taking a deep dive into some of those videos. The really baffling ones, the bizarre clips, the footage that's just unexplained and has, well, captivated and confused people everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
I'm genuinely curious to see how many of these we can actually sort of figure out today.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it, how these clips really challenge how we see things.
Huh.
They spark these huge debates.
Oh, definitely.
Everything from, ancient myths and folklore right up to modern conspiracy theories. And the range of stuff we're looking at today,
Hmm.
it's pretty broad. We've got alleged mythical creatures, supposed divine interventions, and maybe surprisingly, some things that actually have, well, quite simple explanations behind them.
Exactly. So our mission today really is to pull out the key insights from the sources you've shared. We want to help you navigate these really intriguing clips, understand all the different ways people see them.
Hmm.
So by the end of this deep dive, you'll hopefully feel pretty well informed, ready to, have your own take on some of the internet's biggest mysteries.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off. We're diving into this pretty eerie clip. It showed up around September 2018.
Right, I remember this one.
Allegedly filmed by a Facebook user, Chanta Sightlook, late at night, somewhere rural in Laos.
Okay.
And what you see is, well, it's this strange figure, hopping along the side of a dirt road, kind of on one twisted-looking leg.
Uh,
It looks like it's wearing maybe a white dress, long black hair. It's unsettling to watch.
it really is.
Yeah.
And what's so striking about this one is how quickly people connected it to local stories, to folklore.
Ah, okay.
This figure, viewers immediately started calling it a gongoi, which in Thai folklore is this fearsome, child-sized creature. Lives
What?
deep in the jungle, apparently.
Child size. Okay, creepy.
Yeah. And they're known for hopping on one contorted leg, just like in the video. And they supposedly scream their own name. Gongoi, gongoi.
Oh, wow.
Legend says they prey on hikers who get lost, suck blood from their toes.
Dead out here from their toes.
That's the story. And then they just, hop off eerily into the night.
That's a specific and chilling legend. So where do our sources land on this? Is this actually footage of a Thai ghost hopping down a road?
Well, that's the thing. The source material basically says, without more info, we just don't know. It's left kind of ambiguous.
Right. So it remains a mystery. But what's really interesting, like you said, is how a modern viral video can instantly tap into these really old stories.
Exactly. It shows that human need, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To explain the weird stuff using the narratives we already have. Myths, legends, whatever fits.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so from creepy folklore possibilities, let's shift gears. Something maybe more celestial, but just as debated.
Hi.
This is a clip from a Facebook live stream. Someone in Alabama just filming an incoming storm, right?
Uh-huh. Pretty normal thing to do.
Totally. But they accidentally caught something. Well, really unusual. There's this bright gap in the gray storm clouds, and then off to the right, there's this faint, like, humanoid shape appearing to walk across the sky. It's subtle, you really have to look, but when they zoom in, it gets a bit clearer.
Okay, walking across the sky, that's going to get reactions.
Oh, it did. Big time.
So how did people take this? I mean, what's the immediate interpretation?
Well, it really split people. You had viewers with, strong religious beliefs jumping on it immediately, calling it a miracle, a sign from God.
Right, you can see that happening.
Yeah, one person even suggested it was a sign of, like, Armageddon. They quoted something like, there will be signs and wonders in the last days. God is coming back. I'm going to be ready. How about you? Stuff like that.
Wow, okay. Heavy stuff. What about the other side? Any more down-to-earth explanations?
Yeah, there was a more scientific take, too, suggesting it might just be a weird cloud formation, like a cumulonimbus cloud.
The big storm cloud.
Exactly, those huge, towering ones. And the idea is that sometimes with the way water vapor gets carried up by strong air currents, you can get these weird shapes or light effects that might, look like a figure if you squint right.
Hmm. So unusual atmospheric optics, basically.
Pretty much. So, yeah, divine sign, weird cloud. Either way, it's definitely a curious bit of footage. Sparked a ton of debate online.
It really shows how we project meaning onto ambiguous things, doesn't it? especially things in the sky.
For sure. Okay, moving on. If that last one was sort of up in the air, literally this next one brings us right back down to Earth. But it's maybe even more bizarre visually. This is the breathing Earth footage from Secraw Forest up in Quebec, Canada.
Ah, yes, the breathing Earth. I've seen this kind of thing before.
It's startling. It literally looks like the ground is heaving in and out, like the Earth is alive and taking breaths. And apparently a lot of viewers were hoping this was finally proof of, like a rock elemental or something.
Right, like something out of fantasy. But this one, it actually has a pretty neat scientific explanation. It's a great example of nature doing something that looks impossible but isn't.
Okay, lay it on us. How is the Earth breathing?
Well, it's usually after heavy rain and during high winds. The ground gets totally saturated with water.
Right, soggy.
Exactly. And that loosens the soil's grip on the tree roots underneath. So when the tall trees sway really hard in the wind, the roots, which are still anchored in that soggy ground, basically pull the earth up and down with them.
Ah, okay.
Causing that heaving motion, that breathing effect you see in the video.
That makes perfect sense. But wow, even knowing that, seeing it, it still looks incredibly alien.
It does. It's visually very strange.
It just shows how, yeah, simple physics can look totally otherworldly until someone explains it. And apparently, you can find quite a few clips of this happening around the world on YouTube.
Yeah, it's not unique to Quebec. It makes for some pretty fascinating viewing once you know what's going on.
Definitely. Okay, so from natural wonders, let's pivot to something, well, maybe supernatural, or at least that's the claim.
Right.
This is an eerie clip, supposedly from a security camera. It's on the second floor of Infosys, that big tech company in Bangalore, India.
Okay, office building security cam. What did it catch?
It captured this entity. It looks like a woman, white dress, long black hair. You know, the type.
The classic ghost look, basically.
Pretty much. And it seems to be floating through walls. It has this sort of translucent quality to it.
Floating through walls. Okay, that's definitely not normal office behavior. What's the story behind this one? Did people look into it?
Yeah, apparently a local newspaper did some digging. They found at least one worker who reported hearing strange knocking sounds coming from a storeroom, but they couldn't find any source for the noise.
Okay. Knocking sounds, add a little something.
Yeah.
But what about skeptics?
Well, the skeptical angle points out exactly what you just said. It's a very cliche ghost, isn't it?
Yeah, the white dress, long dark hair. It's almost too perfect.
Right. So that leads to suggestions it could just be a hoax. Someone faking it, playing on those common ghost images.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to do with video editing these days.
So, yeah. Another one where without more solid information, we're kind of left hanging. Is it real? Is it fake? We might never know. But it definitely taps into those familiar ghost stories.
It really does. That archetype is powerful.
Okay, this next one, this feels like it's straight out of an adventure movie, like Indiana Jones or something.
Oh yeah, what happened?
It's from the Indian state of Karnataka. There were workers doing excavation work near Sadashivad Fort, you know, for road construction. And part of the mountainside collapses during the work, and it uncovers this ancient shrine dedicated to the god Shiva.
Wow, an accidental discovery. That's amazing. What was so Indiana Jones about it?
Well, what happened next? Right beside this shrine, which could be centuries old, right?
Sure.
There's a cobra.
A cobra, okay.
Yeah. And it's seen like standing guard, rearing up, hissing at the workers, basically warning them to stay away.
Whoa, okay, that is unusual and symbolic, right, with Shiva?
Exactly. That's the connection people made instantly. The god Shiva is often shown wearing a cobra around his neck. It's a symbol of control over death, past, present, and future.
Right. So finding a cobra guarding a newly uncovered Shiva shrine, that's quite a coincidence.
Or is it just a coincidence? That's the big question, isn't it? Could it be some kind of omen, a sign from the gods protecting the site? Or just, you know, a snake that happened to be there?
It's one of those moments where the natural world and ancient mythology seem to just line up perfectly. Really makes you pause and wonder. It really does. Okay, speaking of potential omens and signs, let's go bigger scale now.
Bigger than a cobra guarding a shrine.
Yeah, think. Sky phenomenon. This is a video from 2016. Allegedly shows a giant ring of fire appearing in the sky over Jerusalem.
Oh, a ring of fire over Jerusalem. Okay. Tell me more.
Yeah, supposedly hundreds of people saw it, just hanging there in the sky. And to make it even more dramatic, it was apparently accompanied by this ominous sound, like trumpets blaring all around the city.
Ring of fire and trumpets over Jerusalem.
Yeah.
It's loaded with symbolism.
Totally loaded. So when this clip hit the internet, theories just exploded.
I can imagine. What were people saying?
Well, a lot of viewers immediately saw it as a sign from God, a biblical sign. They pointed to the book of Revelation, the 7 trumpets that supposedly signal the start of the apocalypse.
Right, the apocalyptic trumpets. That connection makes sense, given the imagery and location.
Then you had others pointing to conspiracy theories, like Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam. The idea that governments or some shadowy group will fake a big religious event like the Second Coming using holograms or something.
Exactly that. Manipulating people into a new world order via a technologically simulated spectacle. That was one theory.
Okay. What else? Aliens? Chemtrails?
Yep, the usual suspects came up too. Aliens, chemtrails, the idea that airplane contrails are actually chemicals being sprayed for some secret purpose. All of that got thrown into the mix.
So a whole buffet of explanations, from divine judgment to government conspiracies to aliens.
Pretty much. But there were skeptics too, of course.
Naturally. What did they say?
They pointed out that the Ring of Fire itself, well, it just looks a bit fake, like CGI, computer-generated imagery.
So possibly just a well-made hoax.
That's the counter-argument, which leads to that stark summary one source offered. Either we're all going to die horribly or it's just a fake.
Haha, yeah. No middle ground there, apparently. It really shows the extreme reactions these kinds of videos can provoke online. Absolutely. Okay, let's bring it back down from the sky again. This one's more intimate, but seriously unsettling.
Okay.
It's a bizarre clip from around mid-2014. Security footage again, this time from some shoe store in the U.S. We don't know exactly where.
Your store security cam.
All right.
What's the weird part?
Okay, so you see various customers. Then this one guy comes in. He's dressed all in black, does his thing, leaves the store. As he walks out, he passes right by a mirror near the door, and he casts no reflection.
Wait, what? No reflection at all?
None. Zero. Well, just moments before, another customer walked past the same mirror, and you see their reflection perfectly normally. But this guy in black, nothing.
Whoa. Okay, that is bizarre. What did people immediately think? Let me guess. Vampire.
Bingo. First thing out of everyone's mouth online, vampire.
Makes sense, given the lore, right? Mirrors supposedly reflect the soul. Vampires are soulless, ergo no reflection.
Exactly that piece of folklore. And what's really interesting here is that, according to the sources, analysts who looked at the footage were stumped.
Stumped how?
They couldn't definitively say it was fake. They couldn't debunk it as like an obvious digital edit or anything.
Seriously? So they couldn't explain how he had no reflection?
Apparently not, or at least no explanation was widely accepted or proven, so it just hangs there, this weird, unexplained moment on a security tape.
Huh. That one is genuinely creepy. A man without a reflection.
So, what do you think?
How do you think?
Real glitch in reality, clever hoax that just hasn't been figured out yet, something else entirely. It's a head-scratcher.
It really is. Leaves you wondering.
Okay, from a single baffling individual, let's look at a potential creature discovery. That caused a big stir for a while.
Ooh, okay. Like Bigfoot or Nessie?
Sort of in that vein, but maybe even more spectacular. This was mysterious footage that started circulating around 2016. It had different origin stories attached to it.
Like what?
Some versions said it showed a dinosaur corpse found high up in the Himalayas.
A dinosaur? Wow.
Other versions claimed it was the body of a dragon discovered on some island off the coast of Spain.
A dragon. Even better. So, dinosaur or dragon, people must have gone wild.
Oh, totally. The true believers, as the source calls them, were hailing it as groundbreaking proof. You know, the kind of thing that would force us to rewrite history books.
I bet. Evidence of living dinosaurs or dragons would certainly do that. So, what happened? Did we rewrite the books?
No, sadly not. The hype died down pretty quickly, actually.
How come? Was it debunked?
Yeah, pretty definitively. Turns out someone released other footage. This new footage showed an artist, a guy named Juan Villa Herrera, in his studio making this incredibly detailed model of a dragon.
Oh.
And the model looked identical to the corpse in the viral video.
Busted.
Completely.
Yeah.
The artist then came forward and admitted he'd made the video himself. It was basically a promotional stunt for a TV show he was working on.
Wow. Well, points for realism, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that bursts the bubble.
Totally. So sadly, no real-life dragons this time. Our fantasies have to stay fantasies.
Shame. Although you gotta admire the artistry, even if it was deceptive.
True. It does show how convincing fakes can be, and how much we want to believe in something amazing like that, doesn't it? We get swept up so easily.
We really do. That desire for wonder is strong.
Okay, here's another one that had people talking about signs from heaven. Another clip uploaded to YouTube mid-2016 again.
Mid-2016 was a busy year for weird videos, apparently.
Seems like it. This one shows. Well, it looks like a cloud, but it's not in the sky. It's floating down a road.
A cloud on the road, like rolling along the ground.
Kind of floating, hovering just above it, almost like it's obeying the road rules, weirdly enough. Just drifting along. Then, after a bit, it just takes off. Floats up into the sky.
Okay, that's definitely not something you see every day. A road-bound cloud taking flight. How did people react? The died sign from heaven.
Well, yeah, some definitely took it as an end-of-days sign. Referencing the Bible again, Revelation 8.7, talking about the sky falling with hail and fire and stuff.
Right. Apocalyptic interpretations again.
What else? The usual suspects popped up again. Alien invasion, maybe some kind of government weather control experiment gone wrong.
Weather control, like you're creating localized clouds.
That was one idea, but then there were also some, well, more mundane maybe, explanations.
Okay, like what?
One thought was maybe it was just a huge mass of bubble bath foam. You know, pranksters fill up a public fountain, the wind whips it up.
Bubble bath foam. Floating down the road? Maybe.
Or sea foam, if it was near the coast. Sometimes strong winds can blow sea foam inland in big clumps.
Okay, sea foam seems plausible too. Any other theories?
One more slightly technical one. Possibly a toxic foam. Apparently this can form on bodies of water sometimes from a mix of chemicals like ammonia, phosphate, and low oxygen levels. And this foam can be light enough to get blown around, and it apparently smells bad too.
Toxic foam. Lovely. So the options are end of the world, aliens, government experiments, bubble bath sea foam, or toxic gunk.
Pretty much sums it up. Quite the range, isn't it? It really highlights how we grasp for explanations from the cosmic to the chemical when faced with something utterly bizarre.
Absolutely. The interpretation spectrum is vast.
Okay, final one. This takes us back to the creepy side of things. Security camera footage, again, this time from the Apollo Hospital in Chennai, India.
Hospital security cam. Okay, hospitals can be inherently creepy places sometimes. What does this one show?
It shows the automatic doors at the hospital entrance. First, you see them open normally for a man walking in. Standard stuff.
Right.
But then, after he's gone, the doors start opening and closing on their own. Multiple times.
Automatic doors can malfunction, though. Could just be a sensor issue.
Could be. But here's the kicker. On the second time they open by themselves, if you look closely behind the glass, there's this strange, distorted shape that appears briefly. Some people say it almost looks like two children kneeling on the floor.
Whoa, okay. Distorted shape looks like kids. That definitely ups the creep factor beyond just malfunctioning doors. Is there a local story connected to this?
There is, and it's why the clip went so viral locally. Many people believe the figure, or the force opening the doors, is the ghost of Joltha.
Joltha. Who was she?
A really prominent politician and actress in the region. And she died somewhat mysteriously at that very hospital, Apollo Hospital.
Ah, okay. Died in the hospital? That always fuels ghost stories.
Exactly. Apparently, her condition suddenly declined from septic shock, which is a severe infection, after she seemed to be recovering. So there were questions around her death. And the local belief now is that her spirit still wanders the halls, maybe, unaware that she's actually died.
Wow. So the timing of the weird door activity and that shape,
Yeah.
people connected it directly to her lingering spirit.
That's the popular interpretation, yeah. So the question remains, did this security camera actually capture a glimpse of her restless ghost? Or is there a more mundane explanation? A trick of the light? A door malfunction coinciding with something else?
It's another one where the local context, the personal tragedy involved, gives the unexplained footage so much more weight and meaning, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It turns it from just a weird video into a potential encounter with a specific known spirit. It's powerful stuff.
So many strange clips, so many different ways to look at them.
Right. And whether they've been explained away, like the breathing earth or the dragon corpse, or they remain total mysteries, like the vampire mirror or the gongoi, there's this common thread, isn't there?
What do you see as the thread?
It's either our, inherent human desire to believe in something extraordinary, something beyond the everyday, or, on the flip side, our deep need to find a rational, logical explanation for everything.
Yeah, that tension is definitely there in almost all of these. Belief versus skepticism, wonder versus reason.
So what do these clips really tell us about ourselves? About human curiosity, how we process the weird and wonderful, especially now when anyone can film anything and share it instantly?
That's a really good question. And maybe it leads to a question for you listening right now, especially in this age where we're just flooded with information, real and fake. When you see footage like this, What's your gut reaction? How much do you lean on your own beliefs versus looking for hard evidence? What jumps out at you first? Is it the story, the visual, the potential explanation?
That's a great point. What draws you in? What makes you click or share or debate? Maybe it's not always about getting the definitive answer, right?
Maybe not.
Maybe it's the thrill of the unknown itself, or the comfort you get from a neat explanation, whether it's scientific or supernatural, or maybe, just maybe, it's the whole fascinating journey of just trying to figure it all out that really grabs our imagination.
The process itself.
Yeah, something to think about maybe until our next deep dive.